What's up, y'all? It's Spell Monday or Tuesday. I'm replacing Passion this time. I don't have anyone with me because no one wanted to call, but I will be doing predictions for UUPL Week 3. I won't be going for much for a preamble, so I'm just going to get into it. The Fire Breathers versus the Hoopsters. This is the Drew team versus, I think, the Jezza team. I don't think the Jezza team is doing too well. First, I remember week 1 they lost pretty badly, except for, I think, some of the SV, and then maybe one of the old gens. Actually, no, I think I remember. It was Hacker, ZS, and then one other person. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was MIPC. Those three, they won, and the rest of the team lost. And week 2, I don't remember how they did, but don't think they did all too well either. Maybe they tied. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't keep up, but admittedly, they're not a bad team. They look decent from top to bottom. They have definitely had some headliners like CS, Hacker, already mentioned him. But from there, it's kind of like shaky. I guess Hydronics is pretty good too. And Ruffles has some upside. Versus the Hoopsters is the Drew team. They also look kind of decent top to bottom. They don't really have any super standout players. I think they just have Brufasa. And I guess Shiba too. So, I don't know. It's an interesting team construction, I think. So, let's just go for it over the first matchup. It's ZS versus Midwinter. I'm just going to bold ZS. I don't think I need to really explain this one. I think Mint can win. ZS has been reusing past 2 weeks. Stuff from like SEL. So, I'm not really sure where his motivation's at. Notably, his team is in the finals for SPL, so he doesn't have that to prepare for. So maybe he will make a new team. I have no idea. That's the GOAT though. Obviously, very good player, very good mind for the tier, and yeah. So I mean, Mint can show up definitely. She's next on the block, as Etern likes to say. So I hope to see it. It's a good game. I'm just gonna write banger, because this is one of the ones that I will be trying to watch. So. Yeah, Fiend versus Colin, I believe this is the third player that they have put in their SV2. The first one was Gondra, who is not on the lineup this week, actually. Kind of surprising. I think Gondra's pretty good, but I guess the week 1 game wasn't enough to convince the other managers that he was good. So, and I would have assumed that he was playing Oraz, but maybe he got subbed out. I have no idea, honestly, but yeah, I remember Ninja played last week versus Sirwings, and he got stalled and he lost, so I assume they're just going to be trying until something sticks. Decent strategy, I think. I don't know who else is on their team if Fiend loses, so they might just have to run with him. But he's versus Colin. Colin has been like, I don't know. I don't want to say not inspiring, but it's something to that effect. If you know what I'm saying, like I don't know, I've not been really wowed by him. I don't think, like, he's decent obviously, but and he's probably good. He's probably the one I'm gonna bolt here anyway. But you know, it's Colin. Really showed up in Slam playoffs last year, going 4-0 in UU, notably taking down so many of the site's top players. So I mean, he has the high ceiling. Who knows if he'll execute at this tour? Did lose to Zern week 1, I think. So maybe he'll pick up from there. He did win last week, I think, too. Actually, no, he played Zern last week. He didn't play Zern week 1. Never mind, I'm stupid. But yeah, Colin's decent. He'll win for sure. Go US South. Next up we have Foul Play versus Hax Lolo. Foul Play brought a really weird team last week. I didn't really like it. I forgot what it looked like. I can pull up the replay probably, but I didn't really like it at all. And he lost. So I'm probably gonna pull up the replay right now. Let me find like my scene tabs for this. Is this the replay one? I think this is the replay one. Boom. Yeah, technology. I know, right? Yeah, he played Nat. This is her alt. Let me just skip to the end so I can look at the sets. Yeah, oh right, I remember now. He ran no rock user, taunt pulse, taunt plot, Dre, and then rock 2 mammoth swine, which is funny because he actually did run into a Talonflame this game. It wasn't for Talonflame, it was probably for like Thundies and stuff, but did run into something Talonflame. But yeah, I don't know. This team, I'm not really a fan of it at all. Uh, don't really know what the cook here was supposed to be. And I mean, obviously it didn't didn't work out for him, but you know, live learn. I'm sure he'll be better this week. So yeah, Lolo, I haven't watched his games. I'm probably not gonna pull those up, to be honest. I'm just gonna go off vibes. I'm sorry if I'm kind of yapping, but let's just give it to Lolo, because I think last week's team was definitely an affront to God. Dax versus MG, Mott Money as he's known in the Smash scene. I don't know SS, man. Oh fuck. I guess MG is more decent, I think, question mark. I mean, he's a good player. I think he's a better player than Dex, that's for sure. But Dex plays more SS is the thing. And I don't know who builds SS on Hoopster's teams. Well, I mean, I don't think anyone builds SS in this tour. I think we're all just using leftovers. But yeah, I don't know. I think if MG can like find a team, then he's probably going to win. I think. I'll just go with him for the safety. MIPC versus 10%. MIPC is like a new player. I think he came up from U Classic. I actually did watch his week 1 game. He was pretty shiced. I liked it. Versus Tenny. Tenny's like an all-around solid player. He doesn't really play lower tiers all that much, I don't think, from memory, but he did play, I think, last week. I think. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna look up his replay. I need to make sure that I'm not making shit up. Okay. Tenai Brissett. Wait, how do I spell his name? Is this how I spell his name? This is how I spell his name, right? Okay, yeah, this is how I spell his name. Sorry. I'm dyslexic. Okay, so he did play. Oh, right. Yeah, he played versus Rob and he got stalled, and I assume he just lost. Right? He lost, right? Okay, yeah, he lost. Okay, makes sense. Transition back to this. Okay. Wow, technology. Yeah. I don't really know. I'm probably just gonna go with the person who did well in U Classic. I believe in you though, Tenebricket. Ruffles versus Shiba. This is an interesting matchup. Ruffles has been playing the lower tiers a lot more lately. He hasn't played Orazu all that much, I don't think. Maybe he played a couple of games of it in Aura's Underground / Aura's PL, but I have no idea, and I'm not going to check it. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to go on a limb just based on how he's done in Aura's PU and NU, the 2 tiers that I've actually seen him play. I think he'll do fine. I think he's one of those players who's like, they're able to adapt pretty easily to like new environment settings, and obviously this is Aura's. He's seen these tiers, but he's seen these games before. Like, I think he can adapt. Shiba's a tough customer though. I don't think Aura's is his main gen. I think it's supposed to be black white. I have no idea, but I think Shiba is supposed to be the one who wins here, right? I feel like Ruffles can win though, so I'm just gonna like, oops, wait. Let me give this a 50. Oh wait, this is bolded. 50-50, because I don't know shit about Shiba in Auras. Okay, Hacker versus Real. Huh. Hacker's kind of shiced, but Real FE is kind of shiced too. I have no idea who to pick. Fuck. I mean, Hacker's good, right? He's good. But Real FE is also kind of good. I don't know who to pick. Okay. Who do I pick? I'm not gonna coin flip it. I think Hacker's probably the better player. but Real FE is probably the better like builder. I don't even know if Hacker builds black white because he's been asking Halam for what to bring, and I don't even think Halam builds black white. So I don't know. Actually, you know what? Just because of that, I'm going to bold Real FE. Sorry, Hacker. Malda versus Fatty. I don't know what else to say. That's one of the DPP gods. So sorry, Malda. Hydronics versus Miku. Misu. I like both these players actually. I don't really follow ADV all that much. I know this is not Misu's most experienced here. Like he's DPP SS guy primarily, maybe with some SV mixed in. But he has been performing decent, I think, so far. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks, so anyone's been performing decently if they've got 1 win. So, but yeah, Hydronics is the much more experienced player, so I'm probably gonna go with him. I don't think he was playing ADV last week. I think he was playing Oraz, which is probably why I haven't seen Ruffles. So I guess that's what happened. Celebi versus Leopari. I do not know GSC at all. I'm just gonna go with the name that I know more. So sorry, Leopari. Overall, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'm expecting a Drew win and a Jezza loss. But yeah, some of these matchups can flip either way. I think the SV can definitely flip between these two. I think the only one that I'm sure is gonna happen is this first one. So next up is the Sisters, the Askov team versus the Strikers, the Rob team, the Bernardo team, I think it is. I don't know. Oh, oops, my headset is about to die. I should probably put that in a charger. Let me do that. I did not prepare optimally for this. Let me just put my mouse pad over here so I can fit this in. Where is the USB? Okay, here it is. Sorry. Okay, we are good to go. Okay, what was I saying again? Oh, right. First matchup, Bia versus Nat. Banger matchup. Absolutely banger matchup. Bia has been Bia. I don't know. He did not play last week, and week 1 he kind of played ass, from what I remember. I mean, Finch also kind of played ass too. It was a weird game, but I believe in my brother. I believe in Bia. He's obviously a good player, and I do like know how he likes to think in SV tiers generally, because I was building his teams in the SEL that we teamed together for like the first 4 weeks before we got banned. But I think if he really like wants to, he can grind it out, because he does respect Nat as a player, so I think he might want to actually do that. And he does. He's not like a feed. Like, he doesn't just get past teams and use them. He always likes to add some of his own commentary to it. So I think he will try, which is cool. I think Nat is better than him at SV tiers. I think he would also say that Nat's better than him at SV tiers. I think Nat is really good. She's obviously very winning in Uupl specifically. And she doesn't build until playoffs, so I'm just gonna like rate her support. I didn't really like the team that she brought last week either. And I believe that it was a Sirwings idea. I have no idea. It was like Sirwings or someone else on her team. I don't know. I don't really think her SV support is like super strong, but it's made up for the fact that she's a strong player. So I'm probably gonna bold Nat, even though this one could swing either way. So I'm probably just gonna put. Oh wait, oops. So I'm probably going to put 50-50 here, like a raw 50-50. Because B is also very good. It's just that he has a lower ceiling than Nat does. And also a lower floor than Nat, so. Plague versus Sirwings. Sirwings, these are both undefeated players, I think. I think Plague is a better player, and Askov is probably the better team builder, I think. I liked his team last week. I think Plague was the one who brought the LO split Keldeo. I did not even know that Keldeo got pain split in Gen 9. So that was a really cool set bring from the Skov. So I think Plague is better, so I'll probably just bolt him. Even though Sir Wings can definitely put up a fight, and he could probably win too. FC versus Drud. I haven't actually been watching any of FC's games. I watched week 1, which was kind of like which was a funny game, I think. But generally in SVUU, I'm not really a huge fan of him in SVUU. I think he's kind of. It's not his weakest SV tier, but it's not his like second strongest. I don't think. I think NU is his second strongest. It's like Uber's NU, then I guess UU. He doesn't play the other ones. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'll just go with the one with the better support in this case, because I think they're like equally good players in like neutral grounds, where neither really has like express metagame advantage over the other, like in terms of knowledge. So Stariel versus Batty. I don't really know what's going on with Stariel. I think he brought like Quagstall week 2, and then obviously I played him week 1. So I don't really, but I also don't know SS, so I don't really know what to say here. I think Stariel's probably the better player. I mean, Batty kind of comes in and farms these random lower tiers, so I feel like this one's also a toss-up. I'm predicting for a lot of the sisters, but I think this matchup is kind of balanced. We'll see maybe when we get down here. Sakri versus Rob is an absolute banger matchup. Sakri's been performing really nicely after coming back from a long slumber of not having played a ton of SMUU. Really SM in general, I think, but yeah, really cool to see him come back. He was one of the players I was looking forward to watching, so I'm glad that he's been showing out. Rob's been consistent as always, I'm sure, in this tier. So I'm just going to do my first versus bold. Wow. PDT versus the Strap. Strappy is decent, but PDT has been him. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. PDT's him. Saris versus Tack. Okay. Last year, I was not on the site, but I was shadow managing the monsters, and if there was one thing that I can say about that whole experience is that from what Kumi and TKO were saying, basically, more so TKO than Kumi, but Tack was easy to test with and like gel ideas off of, but she was very like, she didn't really execute in much of her games. And I do remember the week 7 game, she got hella lucky in that one. So I'm sure that like playing wise she's fine, but last year kind of left a bad taste in my mouth maybe. And I think Seraph's is really good, so I'm just gonna go with him. Ladon versus Beat Black. Beat Black, I think Beats is really good too in DP lowers in general, but he hasn't really been doing well in UPL. I think I haven't been watching his games, but I do know he's good. So I think there's hope for a reversal. But Ladon has been doing fine. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Beats for this one because I think he can probably set his season on track here. Crying versus Milka. I think Crying is the better player. But Milka was kind of like heat last week, no? He brought the DD Altaria, I think. I don't know. Let's just go with Crying. And then we have Kamisama versus BFM, the big fat one. I think BFM should be favored, but I don't know. Cole kind of be bringing teams and winning, though. I cannot lie. He did go 6-1 or 7-0 last year. I don't remember which one, but it was one of the two. Really good record. He was in his don't give a fuck mode, which I'm sure he's in right now too. So let's just shit. I have no idea who to bolt here because Cole's really good, but he doesn't give a fuck. Mantis is good, and he gives a fuck. So I have no idea who will win. I think the really good offsets that give a fuck. So I'm gonna go with Cole. And then I lied. I said that I would probably make it look more even, but I guess I was lying. So Plague is this is what, like 7, potentially 8-2. I'm just gonna put 7 and then 2. This doesn't really matter, I guess, then. Oh, we're already at our last matchup. Right, I didn't predict ours because I don't have a co-host with me who can take over the second part, so I'm just gonna like ignore my team's predictions. I'm probably gonna edit in someone else's predictions, like steal them for myself if someone else posts in this thread, so hopefully that happens. The Hooligans versus the Ladies. 2 strong teams, I think. Hooligans more so, because they have Boof Viv as their like leaders. Last week we objectively should not have won the week. I mean I got a timeout in a middling matchup. Finch got lucky because he did not play good again. So it should have been a weak loss, but we won. So I think the Hooligans are a good team. Their SV is good. And their I think their strength is probably their old gens more than their SV, I think. Their old gens are really good too. Just really good across the board. Their weakest flaw is probably VK, who can definitely win games. So yeah, E-Turn versus that one Apple. That one Apple lost to a sub last week. And E-Turn's kind of the goat of SVUU. He should be 1-1. He should have won last week. I'll give him that. I mean, I could have won. I think I had like a path with Scizor, like SC Scizor, but it would have been a little bit awkward because I wasn't Boots, and he also had Ghost Scarm. So I think it would have definitely been like his to win, but I had outs. But I'm gonna give him the win anyway because I think he is on top of the meta, and I also think he's good at playing the game. Apple, I don't think he played either of his games that well, from what I remember. Week 1 more than week 2. I don't know what happened in week 2. Maybe the Gligar scared him to death or something. But yeah, Frank Dross versus Mossy. Mossy is more tenured, but I think Frank has a higher ceiling and also better better teams. I like the team that he brought last week. I also like the team that he brought week 1. Yeah, he lost like turn 4 to Greninja, but I like the team that he brought. So I'll probably just go with him. Mossy can win though. Then Maru versus Sabella. I think. Am I just gonna predict 3-0 here? Dude, but I think Sab is actually good though. I'm probably just gonna give it to him. Okay. Damien versus Ziri. Ziri has looked kind of shambolic, I think, lately. Question mark. He can be good though, sometimes. But I think Damien has like a higher ceiling than he does. VK versus Esteros. So yeah, I'm just gonna bolt the show and move on because I think the show is good. And VK also has like no experience in SMUU. The way that like we went through prep last week, Payu basically told Lighthouses and Pacquiao, if you use an unconventional sweeper that doesn't have an analysis, VK will lose on the spot. And then we brought Venomoth, and he did lose. Not on the spot, but he did lose. So maybe the show will do that. Because he's also a really unique builder, so I think he'll try and get the edge on him there. Greg versus Dingbat. This is probably the most hype matchup this week. Actually, maybe... Actually, yeah, this is definitely the most hype matchup this week. For sure, for sure. It's like Bia or not, and then Garai versus Dingbat, I think, in terms of hypeness. Garai, obviously very good ORAS player, so I might just give him the nod. But Dingbat's also really good too, so I'm probably gonna give this a little bit of a boop there. Charlotte versus Mine Knight. Was Mine Knight in Black White? I feel like he was in SS or maybe SM. the past weeks? I think he was. Was he? I have no idea. Anyway, Roses is better, I think. Okay. Next up we have Passion, the GOAT, the king of DPP lower tiers, the GOAT. Okay, Passion versus Tiago. Tiago's obviously the one who has much more experience, probably infinite amounts of more experience than Passion does in DPP UU. But Passion's kind of shy. He's on the momentum swing right now. He's 2-0. He's going to go for the 7-0. I swear, he's going to get it. And Tiago did kind of perform weird last year. Badly last year. Maybe it was like the Idols DPP curse. Because they could never seem to like have a good DPP player. But I guess the rebrand has been a good thing. Because DPP is currently 2-0. And by I guess my estimate's 3-0. So go Passion. Boop versus Hace-Up. This one's also a toss-up, kinda. Both are very good at ADV. I'll probably go Hace-Up because I don't think. I feel like Boof is the kind of person to get like upset at playing on a weekday. Am I the only one who thinks that? I feel like I am, and I think that upset will lead to a Hace-Up win. I think Boof will win though. Like my heart says Boof, but my mind says Hace-Up. And then GSC, I don't know GSC. So I'm just going to go with the one that I know more, which is Mr. Goop. So I'm going to go with this. I'm just going to leave it like that. Who cares? Y'all know who I'm talking about. So yeah, these are my predictions. Very uninformed. I did not do research before making this. So I'm sorry if a lot of my points were like repeated or like very nebulous and vague, but yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna just post these now and then probably edit in the video later. I don't know. So yeah, go Tycoons. So let me go Tycoons. And yeah. See you when I see you. I'm probably not gonna make another one of these, but yeah. Boop.